Welcome to Kaumudy Global. Officials say India will be forced to ask Qatar, Kuwait to rein in elements seeking public apology, boycott of products. I'm Anjana and let's delve into details. India has stated unequivocally that it will not accept religious insults and that religious freedom is protected by the government for all, but vested interests in a number of countries are seeking to aggravate the situation. Officials say the government will be obliged to ask Qatar and Kuwait to curb in civil and political groups using the issue to malign India if the diplomatic repercussions from controversial comments made by Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson Nupur Sharma continues. The Shura Council, Qatar's 45-member consultative parliament, has maintained its demand for a public apology, while Kuwaiti department stores have begun to remove Indian items from their shelves in recent days. Officials with knowledge of the situation said that while India has declared explicitly that it does not tolerate insults directed at any religion and that the government upholds religious freedom for all groups, entrenched interests in several nations are attempting to aggravate the problem. They emphasized that the monarchy of both countries, as distinct from their civilian governments, had made no pronouncements condemning India. Both Qatar and Kuwait are semi-constitutional monarchy with hereditary emirs possessing significant political and governance power. While 20 countries including Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Turkey and Jordan have condemned India for Nupur Sharma's remarks, Qatar and Kuwait were the first to summon Indian ambassadors in their countries and issue protest notes. Sharma made the remarks during a live debate on the Gyanvapi Mosque in Varanasi on May 26th. India has been attempting to diffuse the tension since then. On June 5th, Indian embassies in Qatar and Kuwait distanced the government from the issue, saying the derogatory remarks had come from fringe elements and that strict action has been taken against them. The BJP launched an investigation into the remarks and suspended Sharma and Naveen Kumar Jindal, the head of the party's media unit in Delhi, as a result. This has been warmly received in Kuwait. Officials acknowledge that the Narendra Modi government has had warm relations with all Gulf countries up to this point and that recent events have had an impact on bilateral ties. During the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, both Qatar and Kuwait offered medical and non-medical assistance to India. From ports in these countries, Indian naval ships transported fully loaded oxygen tankers, oxygen concentrators, ventilators and thousands of cylinders. A large portion of this aid was funded by Indians living in these countries, which aided bilateral aid as well. While the United Arab Emirates serves as a pivot for India's foreign policy in the Gulf, the Ministry of External Affairs has sought for strong ties with the individual Gulf countries. After Kuwaiti leader Emir Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah passed away in September 2020, India held a day of national mourning on October 4th as a symbol of respect. Dharmendra Pradhan, India's petroleum minister at that time, had been dispatched to Kuwait to express India's condolences. India has also been focusing on its relation with Qatar. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu was in the nation on an official visit on the day the protest note was received. Naidu met with delegations to assess bilateral relations, which included trade, investment and economic connections as well as security collaboration. To be sure, there was some friction between the two countries because many Indians were forced to return home as a result of strong measures favoring native populations in both Qatar and Kuwait. Indians are the largest expatriate group in Kuwait and Qatar and have accounted for the majority of the population in both countries for decades. Because of substantial amounts of crude oil imports, India's bilateral trade with both Qatar and Kuwait is heavily tilted in favor of both countries. In terms of value, Kuwait and Qatar were India's 6th and 17th largest crude oil suppliers in fiscal year 2022. In fiscal year 2022, India exports to Qatar were $1.8 billion, while exports to Kuwait total $1.24 billion. Food, namely meat, fish and cereals, accounted for the majority of Indian exports in both situations. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which has resulted in a rise in world wheat prices due to scarcity, both countries have sought wheat from India, which barred export shipments of the grain last month. Do like and share this video. I'm Anjana signing off. To view updates, subscribe to Kaumudy Global.